evening, my lecturer and my friends. I'm Putri Yulantini. Today I will answer question from Mr. Harry. Start from question number 1. What is online learning? Explain also synchronous and asynchronous learning. So online learning means the learning that takes place based on internet connection. In the online learning, the students will be more flexible because they can access the learning anywhere and anytime. Synchronous learning means the learning that happens in the real time and the instruction by face-to-face. Meanwhile, asynchronous learning means the learning that happens in the online or not real time and the instruction in the online. Asynchronous learning also helps students who have difficult to express their opinion or suggestion in the real time. For example, teacher upload the material in the Schoology and students should access or download the material. Students can do anywhere and anytime within a defined number of days. Let's move for the question number 2. What are the basic features of an LMS? So there are some basic features of an LMS. The first feature is announcement, reminder or notification. This place to communicate between teacher and students about the important information about the course. In this announcement, provides the information about the course, background of the teacher, and syllabus. The second feature is syllabus, an overview of the course expectation in the form of outlines. After students reading the announcement, students should give a review about the syllabus and make an agreement with the teacher. The feature number 3 is lesson, content section or topic course. The section provides per week and students should click one section to get a content per week. And the features number 4 is discussion forums. On online discussion, students should active in the online discussion. In this online discussion, students can develop their creativity, critical thinking, and the teacher as a moderator in this discussion to make the discussion running well. The features number 5 is Dropbox. List to submit the assignment. There is Dropbox for students to submit their assignment and teacher can access. The 6th feature is gradebook. Online gradebooks to give a feedback. An online gradebook consists of grade students such as their attendance, participation, assignment, and project grade. In online gradebook, teacher and students can make a review and see their progress in the learning in whole semester. The features number 7 is course email, correspondence between course members. In these features, allow the teachers and students or the user to send a message to a single or multiple user. The last features is research. Organize the section become research. The material that provide in the course learning such as website, games, video recording, and etc. The teacher will provide the link for to make it easy to access by the students. Next, for the question number 3. The example of a good introduction writing for one topic meeting. So before I explain the good introduction writing, the example of good introduction writing. Before write the good introduction writing, there are some steps that we can do, and the first is greeting and introduce yourself as clearly, and the second, give the information about the course, and the third, um, say the expectation of the course, and the last, don't use a very formal sentence to make it the students enjoy in the learning. So here is the example of good introduction writing. So for example, hello guys, I'm Yuli as your uh, teacher in reading course. You can ask or discuss the material here. I'm so happy in this course and I hope you can enjoy in this course. You can tell about yourself in the comment below to make we know each other. So nice to meet you. Good luck. Next, for the question number 4. Why online material must be attractive? What elements are needed? Please give an example. Online material must be attractive because the material that provided is different from clear text, well-organized, and interesting material for students. Good visual designs for students' understanding through simplicity, explicitity, and organization. In visual design online, the teacher depends on the use visual in the classroom. When in the online, the teacher should use visual context for a big visual context because the text in the visual is different than the text in the book. So some basic elements that are needed. The first is lines. Lines have length, width, and direction. Lines are used to connect the dots each other, determine shape, and make division and texture. And the second is shape. The shape is standalone areas for determining areas, lines, and difference in color and texture. And the third is color palette choice and communication. Color palette choice and combination are used to differentiate items, create depth, add emphasis, and organize the information. Texture. Texture refers to surface. Texture can make patterns form and used to block attention. Typography. And the fifth is typography. Typography refers to which fonts are chosen, their size, alignment, color, and spacing. And the last is form applies to three-dimensional objects. Describe the volumes and massa, and it's made by combining two or more shape and improve with the tones, color, and the texture. So next, the example of visual design. So in the left side, here is the example about the elements that I taught before, and the right side is the visual design that usually used in online class. For the question number 5, types of online learning activity and provide the relevant technology tools for the type. So the type of other activity, and the first is class discussion. In this activity, students build a class community and do discussion about the topic that given by the teacher. The goal is the students can build communication and do discussion. So uh, the technological tools that relevant is discussion forum, and it can use some platforms such as Schoology, Google Classroom, and etc. And the second is journal, journal, journal writing. In this activity, students and teachers make a reflection work in order to know students' outcomes. The goal is students can develop habit reflection work uh, in order to make students more confident in the learning process. And the technological tools that relevant is blog. And the third is shared knowledge base. In this activity, we'll collaborative glossary, adapted bibliography, and require feedback from the teacher. And the technological tools that relevant is wiki, because wiki is flexible to collaboration. So the fourth is practice exercise. In this activity, students answer a question multiple choice and do self-assessment in order to help students to face the learning. And students can realize their strength and weakness in the learning. In this activity, teachers provide positive weakness for students in order to make students improve in the learning process. So the technological tools that relevant is testing or questioning. So the fifth is project. There are two groups, namely group project presentation, and group research project. In the group presentation project, in the group project presentation, students make a presentation in the form of a free video slide presentation that combine with the text, pictures, and videos. And in the group research presentation, students make a small research about their that contain their understanding to the topic that given by the teacher. And the technological tools that relevant is multiple options such as wiki, blog, group work, or discussion forums. The last is receptive activity. In this activity, students and teacher do presentation. And the last is receptive activity. Teacher or students do audio or visual presentation, course reading, and video. And the technological tools that relevant are PDF, podcast, YouTube, Google presentation, and etc. Next question. Online discussion is important element in online learning, but sometimes it may not work well. How does a teacher optimize the discussion? So, teachers should participate in the online discussion effectively by giving feedback and guide students to understand the the material in online discussion. Next question is, please provide an example of learning research that can be used to engage learner in online learning. So the example of learning research is reference to online learning such as book, uh, link, articles that included behind the book and on the website. So the example learning research, the first is video in YouTube, second is picture from Google, the third is some article from website, and the last is some songs from SoundCloud and YouTube. Next question is, kindly give an example of effective assessment in English online teaching and learning. You can pick one or the integration of more than one language skill. So, I choose teacher feedback or automatic computer-generated feedback. Engage all of students and teacher, help students how to improve in the learning process, give the suggestion for the future learning, and show where the students progress. So next question is, what are the basic elements to consider when building an online course? Please explain. So the basic elements, the first is begin with the learning outcomes. Every unit should have one learning outcome. For example, students able to create a final project in the end of the course. The second is working backwards. Design the criteria of assessment, what we are going to assess. The smaller assessment is needed to assess each module to build student skill and assess students based on their final project. So the last question is, please give an example of one lesson in your class for one meeting. So the online course is taught by Miss Lokita. In she is using Unixa e-learning as a platform. So in this online course, she already provide us many sections that contain of Dropbox or assignment upload. So students should upload the assignment per week about the topic that already discussed in the class. So students can do anywhere and anytime within a defined number of days. This learning also called as asynchronous learning because the teacher is not participate in the learning. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. I do apologize if I have some mistake in these videos. I hope you can understand about my explanation. Okay, thank you for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.